Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. In this video we are going to solve a problem which came in the year 2020 in JAM Biotechnology paper. Here the question is, for an ideal gas at room temperature, choose the correct representations of Boyle's law. Okay, and here 4 graphs are given where P is the pressure, V is the volume, T is the temperature, and the options are only one is correct. Option A is only one. Option B only two, both 2 and 3 correct. Option C only 3 correct. Option D both 3 and 4 correct. Okay. So to solve this problem, we need to know what is the gas equation, right? Ideal gas equation. That is PV equal nRT, right? PV equal nRT, where P is the pressure, V is the volume, N is the number of mole, R is the universal gas constant, and T is the temperature, right? Now, Boyle's law says that P is proportional to 1 by V, or simply PV equal constant, right? That means in case of Boyle's law, this nRT is totally constant. R is always constant, and for a particular gas N will be constant, and so for Boyle's law T is again constant. Okay. So this P, the first graph, this one, P and T, here along y axis they plotted P, and along x axis T is plotted, right? So this PT graph here represents P is proportional to T, which is true, but in case of Boyle's law, this T is not varying, this T is constant. Okay, so this graph, however true, this graph is true, but this graph does not represent Boyle's law. This graph does not represent Boyle's law, so this graph is not a representation of Boyle's law. So this is not a correct graph here in this question. Next is the second graph, that is PV graph. Okay, where P and V are plotted along y and x axis, right? See here, from this equation we get PV equal constant, or from this as I write that P is proportional to 1 by V, right? That means if we plot P and 1 by V, P and 1 by V, they will be increased proportionally, right, or decreased proportionally, like x proportional to y, right? If there is a graph between x and y, if I plot x and y graph, if it is y axis, this is x axis, if y proportional to x or x proportional to y, as you say, that is just equal. So the graph will be like this, passing through the origin, a straight line. Okay. Now here y is, if I write it as y proportional to x, okay, because P is along y axis, so here y is P and x is 1 by V, as in this graph. Okay, y is P and x is 1 by V. So this graph is true. This graph is true. This graph successfully represents Boyle's law. But here, where this graph denotes P is proportional to V, which is not true. Which is not true. That means this graph is not true. The graph between P and V, from this P proportional to 1 by V relation, P proportional to 1 by V relation, the graph between P and V was supposed to be like this. This was the graph between P and V. Okay, from this relation, Okay, so here we get this number 2 graph as wrong and number 3 graph as right. Okay, correct. So let's come to the number 4 graph. See here, for every value of T, we get a constant value of PV. That is, whatever the value of T, PV is constant. That is this one. And PV equal constant is the form of Boyle's law. Right? Here PV equal constant. So this is representation of Boyle's law. Right? So graph 4 is again correct. Graph 4 is again correct. So here we have number 3 graph and number 4 graph as correct representations of Boyle's law. So our correct option here is option D, where both 3 and 4 are correct representations of Boyle's law. Okay, so I hope you could understand this solution. If you have any doubt regarding this solution, you can tell me in the comment section. If you like this video, please click on the like button, share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe our channel. Ta-ta!